Listen to this fascinating story. This is unbelievable. Rav Elia Lapian talked about a story. There were a few stories of Dibbuks in Europe. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Dibbuk is a spirit that enters somebody. Okay? There's different levels of spirits or whatever it is. There's a concept that sometimes people have done things that are so rotten that they're not even allowed into Gehenna. They're not allowed into hell. And they're living this horrific experience. It's called the Kaf HaKela, where it's like a slingshot, and they're basically being slung from one end of the world to the other, being chased by armies of destructive angels, whatever this means. Again, obviously, it's not a physical world up there. But there are souls that are living in torment and are not even allowed the privilege of going to Gehenna, because Gehenna is a washing machine that's there to cleanse one and to bring them back to a greater place. There are people who don't get a ticket. A person goes to heaven and he's like, God, I know I messed up. All right, please, if you can give me a ticket to Gehenna, and this way I can get washed. And God says, sorry, man. No ticket for you. You don't have a ticket to ride. Or as they say at the cleaners, no tiki, no washi. Right? I'm sorry. You can't be washed. I'm not giving you that pleasure. I'm not giving you that prize. So there are concepts that there are souls that are just out there, and their life is an existence of misery, and sometimes they try to creep into a human body. They're not allowed to, but they creep into a human body to seek refuge from whatever destructive forces are out there. Now again, I'm not an expert at Dibbuks. There was one famous one during the time of the Chavetz Chaim. There were a few famous ones in the previous century, in the 1900s. Anyway, one thing about these Dibbuks, by the way, is often when they would see people, they would start telling you all the things that you did wrong. Like, the spirit would be in a body, would take over a body of somebody, and then as people would come into the room, they would start saying everything this person did wrong. So at one point, listen to this amazing story. This Dibbuk happened during the time of Rav Elia Lapian, and they were trying to figure out if it was a Gilgul of a Neshama, or was it maybe some, just a malevolent spiritual force. So they were told that they should go get a Sefer Zohar. The Zohar is an incredible Kabbalistic book with all the, deepest Kabbalistic teachings, and put the Zohar on this person's forehead. And if the person starts freaking out and screaming and yelling, then you know that it is it's a real neshama in there. And the neshama knows that it's wrong, and when you put holiness next to it, it can't handle it. So they go and they get a Zohar, and they put the Zohar on the forehead of the person. Nothing. It's not quite what they were expecting. You bring in that ball of uranium and the Geiger counter is quiet. You're like, I don't know if this is really uranium. I think the Uranian people who I think, okay, whatever. I don't know if you guys know, but Joe Biden in the State of the Union address said that Putin will never have the respect of the Uranian people. So I guess maybe the Uranian people are the people who deal with uranium. Anyway, so they take the Zohar and this Dibbuk, whatever the force is in there, no response. They say, okay, let's just try it one more time. Let's get a different one, a different copy, and let's see what happens. It's just maybe this copy is not a good copy. Who knows? But maybe it's missing some words. They come back and they bring another copy of the Zohar, and they put it on the forehead of this person who was afflicted by the Dibbuk. And this person starts going crazy, screaming in pain, yelling and screeching, stop, get away from me, get away from me. So they asked the Dibbuk, they said, I don't understand. We brought you a different copy of the Zohar. Crickets, nothing. You didn't scream, you didn't make any noise. Now suddenly we bring this copy of the Zohar and you're going out of your mind. What happened over here? So listen to this. Unbelievable. The Dibbuk says, the first copy of the Zohar that you brought to me was printed by a Jewish printing house that works on Shabbos. The book has no holiness. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? There are spiritual Geiger counters out there. Now, hopefully we don't all need a Dibbuk to be around to know what is holy and what is not. But think about that. 2 Zohars. They both look the same. They weigh the same. You open up the pages, they're the same. One was printed in a house, in a printing house that didn't keep Shabbos. There are unfortunately many Jewish printing houses that didn't keep Shabbos. And the other one was printed in a house that was Shomer Shabbos and Torah, and the Dibbuk could not handle it.